It is Equal Pay Day, and according to the National Committee on Pay Equity, this is the date that symbolizes how far into the year women must work to earn what men earned in the previous year on average. Over the last 2 years, the pandemic has exacerbated inequalities, and according to the Labor Department, women's careers took the biggest hit during lockdowns, and the department says they still have not been able to bounce back. Ann Flaherty, ABC senior national policy reporter, joins me now to talk more about that. And last month, President Biden declared that America is back to work. But according to the Labor Department, most of the country's 6.6 million jobs have gone to men. So what's happening?
Well, that's right, Diane. I mean, this was really something that happened in the beginning of the pandemic. We saw women with child care duties at home, mothers, were leaving 3 times at a rate faster than men. They were losing their jobs more. And so the Labor Department looks at the numbers now. They say that there are 1.4 fewer adult women in the workforce now compared to 500,000 fewer adult men. And of course, that's really for 2 reasons. Many of these women took lower paying jobs and they had child care duties at home.
Now, according to the National Women's Law Center, unemployment rates dropped or stayed the same for almost every adult group by race and ethnicity except black women. Why is that?
Well, this is interesting. I was talking to a researcher with Pew Research last night who said that when you look across the board at these job numbers, women who were college educated and higher paid actually tended to hang on to their jobs. Not that they were advancing more in their careers. That's a little bit tougher to tell. But what you can look at is just these numbers on their at face value. It was women who had lower pay, less education. And many of these black women were working jobs that were more frontline. It was nursing, child care assistants, all these jobs that are very, very tough to do in the pandemic while caring for your children when your school is closed.
And President Biden proposed a hefty $225 billion plan to guarantee that families don't spend more than 7% of their income on child care and raise the hourly pay for providers. Now, you spoke with mothers who've been directly impacted by this. What did you hear from them?
Well, I spoke with one mom, Rachel Shelton, a 36-year-old mom from North Carolina, who said she walked away from her job as a public school teacher because she said she simply couldn't do it. She couldn't find the child care. At one point, she spent 4 years on a wait list for her oldest, and that only became more problematic in the pandemic. She just said the system right now simply isn't working. I think we have a soundbite from her. Let's take a look.
What's happening now is not working. The business model of childcare is not working for childcare workers, providers, or families. When my son started public kindergarten this fall, it just felt like a huge relief. No more like jostling for wait lists. It's free. It's most of the day.
So, of course, this is a very hefty price tag for a program, for a social program. Republicans are skeptical of it. Many religious-based institutions don't necessarily want those restrictions that would come with government money. So while moms like Rachel really want the child care to be stabilized, it's a tough pull in Washington.
And today, the White House administration will unveil new equity efforts to narrow the gender pay gap for federal workers. What do you think about that proposal?
Well, certainly the White House says that this is a big step forward. What they're going to basically be doing is telling federal contractors that you can't take into account a woman's previous salary when considering her for a job. They're trying to set a model for the broader industry. But of course, President Biden's options are limited when it comes to that private industry, and there's a long way to go, certainly with more flexible rules and trying to stabilize that child care program. So a small step for a very big problem.
All right. Ann Flaherty, appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.